Rich Tehrani with TMC here. Thanks for watching. We're in San Jose this week. On our program, Bruce Templeton. He's a president and CEO of cloud company NephoScale. Bruce, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Rich. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. You're a cloud company. So much going on in the cloud, so many different segments of the market. What segment do you occupy?
So we are in the public cloud space, so we compete with companies like Amazon AWS. So there's companies doing PaaS, there's middleware companies, but we're a service provider providing public cloud services, infrastructure services.
Now, are you providing to end users exclusively, or do you allow resale if I was a carrier, for example, and I wanted to resell your services? And what's your business model?
So resale is a big part of our future. So we built our own billing engine. So we do have the ability to do multiple tiers. So a service provider could run on-demand services on our platform, provide that to their clients, but then insert their own billing mechanism or gateway into our system. So that is part of our future. The channel is going to be a big part for us. But right now it's individuals and businesses primarily buying direct from us.
Okay, so given that there are some other established companies out there, like you said, Amazon and Google to some degree and a number of others, how do you differentiate?
So one of the big things that we do is we feel like there's a lot of technical debt out there as far as these large networks that have been built out, also with the software they've developed, that there's an opportunity for us here to apply what we treat infrastructure as code. So taking all the processes and tools developed over the last 2 decades surrounding agile development, we want to apply that to infrastructure. So if infrastructure is code, then you should be able to apply things like idempotency, integrated design environments. You should be able to apply these things so developers are now driving a lot of the use of compute and storage, and they're managing these environments with IT in these DevOps environments. So we're trying to drive DevOps, and enterprises are trying to hop over the gap to the DevOps type culture, but it's very challenging for them. So we're trying to enable that process.
So your differentiation is, I guess, maybe you're making your customers more efficient, more productive, better use of the hardware. Is that an adequate way of saying it?
That's correct. So a few things that we do. So we have storage and servers as our primary services, right? And so we also have dedicated servers that are bare metal, no hypervisor, that could be in the cloud on the same broadcast domain with your cloud servers, which is an unusual thing that most vendors don't offer. We also allow the same images to be used across both virtual and dedicated servers, so you don't have to have different images for different platforms. And then we have an S3-like cloud storage based on OpenStack Swift. So it's triple replicated. It's kind of like a vault. So you can use that to complement your servers and store and archive data over there, store images and whatnot. So that's the primary basis for the service. But then we're adding in what we have called Cloud Script, which allows customers, it's a human-readable cloud blueprint format that allows our customers to create this DevOps type environment where they can save a lot of time. So it can go from 4 hours to set up an entire server and stack down to 15 minutes using things like templates and images and this Cloud Script technology.
So there was a recent power outage a couple weeks ago, I believe it was, where many of Amazon's customers were knocked off the grid because of just power going out. I'm curious, does that present an opportunity for a company like yours, or is it the same challenge for everybody?
It's the same challenge for everybody. The reality is that things break in data centers, and you don't hear about it with enterprises as much because it doesn't get the kind of press. So when a service provider has that kind of outage, it's a big deal. The customers that had problems there, also, if you really dig deep on that, they might not have had redundancy across data centers and didn't want to spend extra to have duplicate type environments in other data centers. So I'd have to know more about exactly what happened with each specific client to know, but things do break and you have to design, and experienced IT people know that. Same with developers developing software apps. Things do break, so you have to design it with that in mind. So I'd have to know more.
Have you found specific companies or segments of the market that are more inclined to be good customers or to work with you?
Right now, the natural fit for us, the easy fit, is, of course, customers that have already used companies like services from companies like Amazon, so they're very familiar with the cloud environment. That's an easy one. The other one is developers in startups, where they maybe have one IT person, but they're already engaging in the DevOps type environment, where IT and development are working closely hand in hand. So it's funny I said hand to hand. It's almost like that in enterprises right now, where there's contention between departments, and IT doesn't want to give up a lot of their power, and developers and business unit managers are taking credit cards and setting up infrastructures. So it's this DevOps environment that we're trying to drive by allowing this application lifecycle management, treating infrastructure as code, agile processes, applied tools applied to public cloud infrastructure.
Excellent.
There's not a lot of providers doing that. So
What's next?
What's next is we have a new announcement coming up in early August. So look forward to some new news coming soon.
Okay, fantastic.
Yep.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Rich. Bye-bye.